But before we get into skill number 5 and skill number 6 this afternoon, I want to have a little panel discussion. There's a really cool thing that's happening inside of network marketing, which is young people doing extraordinarily well. Really great. And as a person, thank you, Roger. And as a person that started off as a young person, understanding those sensitivities, I'm going to curve them just a little bit.
Yeah, we got to move forward now.
We do? Okay. I'll move forward, you move forward. These guys get irritated with me when I throw curveballs at them like this, but they handle it like pros. So what I want to do is I want to bring up 6 different individuals from different companies. We're not going to be talking about companies, but we're going to be talking about what's happening with young people, how they're growing their organizations, how they're approaching building their business. I think you'll find it interesting. So our first presenter, panelist, comes all the way from Norway. He's 23 years old. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Nikolai Ruud. Nikolai, come on up. Welcome, welcome. Grab a seat. Next, all the way from Germany, please welcome Danian Fire. Danian, get on up here. There he is. Nice to see you. The rest are from the United States. Please welcome up. I'm just going to bring you all up, and then I'll have to do your introductions. Luke Curry, Jared Wilkins, Patty Henau McPherson, and Alex Morton. Come on up. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right, take a seat. This young group's doing extremely well, and I wanted them to share some ideas. You know, sometimes we get all these presenters, all these old people up here, and you guys are really doing some amazing things. What I'd like to do is have you quickly share with everybody your story. Just quickly go through, like you're telling your story, like we talked about this afternoon. How did you get involved in network marketing, and what's happened since then? You know, in a couple minutes each. So let's start with Alex down in the end.
All right. Well, you know, I'm 24 years old, normal average kid. You know, grew up in Bexley, Ohio, small little town. Always wanted to make a lot of money. Always wanted to be, you know, successful. Never really was the kid in the classroom getting straight A's. Always knew there was something, you know, more. And, you know, one thing that I really struggled with as a young person was these teachers were, you know, just programming, you know, us with, you know, go to high school, get good grades, go to college, get good grades, make a resume, get a job, you know, go work for somebody else for the rest of your life. And, you know, I knew that wasn't the correct way if you ever wanted to have, you know, a lot of money and live, you know, a fabulous life. So I got introduced to, you know, this industry. At Arizona State, you know, I was partying a lot at ASU, and this whole thing hit me in the face. And at first, very skeptical, too good to be true, scheme, scam, one of those things. And then I got educated and informed, and it just made sense, you know. And when things make sense, they tend to make a lot of dollars. So, you know, I locked arms with the guy who taught me, you know, how to really do this thing, and we've been blowing it up, you know, ever since. I'm just fortunate to be here today and, you know, just learn from these legends up here. And
how much did you earn in the last? How much are you going to earn in 2013, approximately?
2013, I'll make about $850,000.
24 years old, folks. 24 years old. And I will tell you one thing I know about Alex is whatever he might have in insecurity, he makes up in passion. If he's nervous about something, he's going to become double passionate about it. And people attract to passion, don't they?
100%.
100%.
100%.
All right, Nikolai. Now, let me just tell you one quick thing about Nikolai. Nikolai, I did a 90-day game plan training in Norway a little over a year ago. and he was a student, 22 years old. And he made a decision there. This is just 1 year ago, 22. Tell him, what was your decision to join network marketing and what's happened since? And I know this isn't your first language, so don't be stressed. It's no worries.
It's okay. I started for 1.5 years ago, but I was introduced 2 years before that. I had 10 exposures, and I said no, because I was a student and I had bigger plans. I was too good for network marketing. I wasn't the guy that running around selling skincare products and screaming hallelujah. So that wasn't nothing for me. But my sponsor was a smart kind of girl, so she lent me her Porsche a whole summer.
Wow.
And
that's duplicatable.
yeah, of course.
I don't argue with it. Hey, it worked.
And of course,
So first thing you need to do, buy like 10 Porsches, then lend them out to college kids. Yeah, okay.
and of course, I told my friends that it was mine. So I was fucked.
Oh.
He's 22.
I think it's a language barrier thing.
Now I had no choice. If I wanted a car like that, I had to join network marketing. And three weeks in the end of the summer, I have to give my sponsor the car back and go back to my yellow broke mobile. And 3 weeks after that, Eric was in town, in Oslo in Norway. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time I saw the 90-day game plan. And that did something to me. I had 17 people in the room, and we went crazy in 90 days. 12 months after that, I accomplished the top rank in my company and had 50% of the people in the room. So
yeah, at the convention 1 year later, over 50% of the room was just from their group. Awesome. How about Danian? Tell everybody your story.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be here. I'm 28 years old. I'm originally from Germany. I live in Dubai now. And yeah, I mean, when I was a child, I was raised, my family was very loving, very kind, very strict. But the most important thing is they never spend money. I mean, literally never. When I was born, my mom was 19 years old. And I remember like almost every piece of clothes that I would wear was for my cousin. And then probably were once or twice in a restaurant before I was 15. When we did holidays, we were in a caravan somewhere and other people were going in the hotels, and I was thinking, man, why can't they go in the hotel? I want to go in the hotel. Like, for me, I had this mindset, every hotel is beautiful. I thought that every hotel is amazing. Well, now I realized it's probably not quite true, but back then it was like that. And so I was really always dreaming, like, to just one day change my life and really one day make a lot of money. It was just that, And obviously there was no real chance to do that. I mean, there wasn't even a plan to do that. Like the best plan I figured out was taking my two sisters and doing a circus at home and invite my parents and let them pay their fee to see the circus and stuff. And like really, and then the first time I remember very, very clearly, I saw network marketing, I couldn't sleep. For me, it was so beautiful. The first day I remember in Frankfurt, 2003, Relaxa Hotel, I come in this room, I see these people dressed up, I see the cars outside, and I think, oh my God, this is true. That my biggest fear was that's something illegal. That was my biggest fear. But once I came there, I saw, oh my God, that has to be legal because they're doing it in the open hotel. If that was illegal, somebody would have seen and recognized. So I'm there and they keep on telling me this 525, 125, and I think, oh my God, this is actually really happening. So it was a 2-day training, and I remember the next morning I was getting up, I was sleeping at a friend's house because obviously I had no money for the hotel, and I was staying there waiting for my sponsor's friend to pick me up, and he wasn't showing up. And I was thinking, man, that was just a dream yesterday. That wasn't true. So I really fell in love with network marketing. You have no idea. And the true cliche of coming home, waking up my parents. I was really good in school, so that shocked them even more. Then I said, Mom, I'm going to be a millionaire. So that was really how it all started. So since then, I was like I don't even know if mesmerized is the right word, but I was like just focused. Like I was just like doing anything I could and went through a lot of things. And then finally, 3.5 years ago, I found the right company for me, and I started, and I worked really good. And my first month, I made $3,000, and never made less than $3,000 starting the first month. But obviously, my first 7 months, 10 years ago, I made zero money. So it took me 7 years to 7 months, sorry, to recruit the first person. Anyways, so after 9 months, I hit the first time 10,000 euros. After 14 months, I hit the first time 20,000 euros in 1 month. And then I heard about the 90-day game plan. And some of you maybe have seen this, the show that we did together on Network Marketing Pro. All I heard was this question: have you ever given 100%? And I asked my friend, I said, man, have you ever seriously given it 100%? And he was like, no, not really. And I was like, okay, let's try this. And we really went insane. And I guess that's why it's called Insanity Bootcamp. And we went insane for an exact 54 days. And I made my biggest check then so far, which was $98,000. And that was just like, it just expanded my vision. And obviously, this is not my regularity check yet. But that was the first time I saw a completely different thing. And when I now look back my life, it completely changed. I'm traveling around the world. I'm like just the food that's in front of me, my sister would cry if she would see it. And so I think it's an opportunity to give so much back, and that's amazing. Thank you.
Well done. Luke Curry. Luke.
Sorry if you can't understand my English. I'm from Kentucky, so I apologize. We'll get a translator up here in a minute, but starting out in Kentucky, the hardest part is, you know, everybody's from there. I did an event Wednesday in Las Vegas. I said, raise your hand if you're from here. 3 people in the whole room raised their hand. So in Kentucky, you know, we're trying to get outside of there, but we got about 5,000 people in the town that I live in. There's only 100,000 people. So unfortunately, everybody's related in Kentucky. So it's been real hard to build the business outside of there. But we were fortunate. Network marketing found us. My dad did a company, let's just say it's about 60 years old now. My dad worked really hard, wore a suit when he did the presentations, never made a dime. We had 10 pounds of toothpaste and 100 rolls of toilet paper. So for me growing up, someone would say, well, network marketing doesn't work. Well, my dad never broke a world record in powerlifting. That didn't stop me from breaking one. So for me, when I saw network marketing, honestly, I saw average people making a lot of money from Kentucky. So I said, all right, if these guys can do it, this should be easy. And for me, the products work. So that's what got me excited about the opportunity. The reason I did the business, I'm just going to be completely honest with you. When I joined on the products, I didn't have a reason why. And when my little girl was born, I had a 6-figure income at my job, which we thought was a lot of money at the time. My wife was a stay-at-home mom, but when I didn't see my little girl, I saw her 6 days the first 4 months of her life. So I knew I did not want to work in those pyramid schemes in corporate America anymore. I wanted to find something that would give me time freedom and financial freedom. So August 2010, got my first check for $40, which I know is a lot. So in Kentucky, that's a lot. So I got our first check for $40. Wasn't going to do much. I also got a call the same day, and I lost my job. So I was faced with an opportunity, and it was either go get another job and, you know, do that, or go against everybody. Go against your upline, go against everybody, and go full-time in network marketing. And so I decided against the odds to go full-time. Sold our couch and TV. That got us a 600-square-foot apartment to live in. That paid our bills for 2 months. 6 months in the company, we hit 10 grand a month. That's when I'll say we had full-time income. Prior to that, we were just broke, okay? It was a struggle, but I love this opportunity because I had a 2.0 in college, no experience. I was 23. Who's going to listen to me, right? But network marketing didn't look at my resume. They said, here's your opportunity, now go take it. And so I love that because I can make more than doctors and do in this business every day. And I skimmed through college. I majored in girls and minored in parties. So I didn't want to go to school. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. This gave me my first step in being an entrepreneur. 3 years later, we went from 600 square foot to 10,000 square feet. My wife is very supportive. We just had baby number 2 right over a month ago. And because of that, she's seen me way too much. So I'm hitting about 9 cities in the next 5 weeks, going like crazy because she's excited because where it's taken us from the 600 square foot apartment. But this has been a blessing. Was blessed with great upline. Mike Sims mentors me. That's why I have this watch, because he bought it for me. Great guy. But I learned early on that if you attach yourself to the right people and the right company, the sky's the limits because of the industry. So I appreciate all of you all that were in this way before all of us, that paved the way for each one of us. And I appreciate you for putting something together like this, guys. This is an incredible opportunity for us to come and learn from the best.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Luke will make about $500,000, about $500,000 this year, approximately. Yeah. How old are you?
27.
27 years old. Not bad. How are you doing at 27 for some of you that are a little older? Patty, why don't you tell everybody about you?
Well, first off, I want to thank you for inviting me on the panel. And my story is very simple. You know, when I got introduced to the industry, I was a full-time student, taking over 15 credits in college. I was a chiropractic assistant running the office. And what made me get started in this industry was, you know, I was working so hard already. You know, I lived on my own since I was 18 years old. I had 2 part-times in the weekend. And I was at 22 years old, and I couldn't even take care of myself, you know. And I'm like, what's going to happen when I have to actually have a family? And I was making good money at that time, you know, about, you know, over $15 an hour. And at 22 years old, you're like, yeah, you know, that's exciting. And so what happened for me, I started looking around at the people that I knew that went to school, got good grades, got the good job, or so we thought. And, you know, most of my friends that I went to, you know, high school with, they graduated with degrees and they weren't working in the area that they studied. And I was going to school and I was like, well, what am I going to do with this? You know, am I really going to stick it out and actually find a job? And so that's